Using Adele's antique collection to create a summoning circle, Joseph employs all that is left of his telepathic powers to bring the mummy back to life, but he and the pterosaur lose their lives in the process. The ritual works and the mummy, called Patmosis, begins talking and moving. He is thankful for having been brought back, but he's afraid he has bad news. He is a doctor in physics, not medicine, which means he can't help Agathe. He's still curious about what happened to her though, so Adele tells him the whole story. Agathe and Adele have always been very competitive and had never played serious tennis matches together, only friendlies. One day, they couldn't keep in their fire any longer and their match became quite aggressive. Adele strikes the ball extra hard, hitting Adele and causing her to fall on top of the hat pin and pierce her head. Since then, Agathe has been comatose, and removing the pin would kill her. It is a very peculiar night in Paris in 1911. Former prefect Raymond is enjoying a cabaret performance by showgirl Nicole, while Ferdinand is going home after an evening spent playing cards. He stops in front of a statue to relieve himself but gets scared when suddenly, some weird golden lights appear above him. This is an optical illusion caused by Professor Joseph, an expert on ancient Egypt who has developed telepathic techniques after lots of research. By using these powers from his home, he manages to hatch a 136-million-year-old dinosaur egg at the museum, from which a pterosaur comes out. The two of them end up having a psychic connection, so for the first few minutes, every move by the pterosaur is copied by Joseph too. Then the pterosaur flies out of the museum through the ceiling to fly above Paris, and all this could have been seen by Inspector Albert if he hadn't fallen asleep. Then, Raymond takes Nicole with him in his car to spend time together, which is suddenly attacked by the pterosaur, causing it to fall into the river. Ferdinand witnesses the whole deal, and Albert is woken up to take care of this emergency. Meanwhile, André, a young scientist that works as an assistant at the Jardin des Plantes, is trying to write another letter to his crush, famous writer and journalist Adele, who he met during a book signing. Adele is not currently in Paris, her publisher sent her to Peru, but Adele always does whatever she wants, and ends up going to Egypt instead. There, she hires a group of local men to help her find the tomb of Ramses the Great, unaware that one of them runs from the area to snitch on her. Once they get inside the tomb, they put the pieces of an ancient parchment together for Adele can decipher to find the secret door. A black goo made of oil comes out of this door, so when the men turn against Adele because they want the treasure for themselves, Adele doesn't mind stepping back. She knows the goo is a trap, and only a few seconds pass before one of the men ends up on fire. The group admits they need Adele's guidance, and after she figures out another one of the puzzles, they finally find the room with the mummy and the treasure. What Adele is looking for is not Ramses himself but his personal doctor, and she gets to open the sarcophagus while two of the men are punished for their attempt at stealing gold. One is shocked by the necklaces he puts on, and the other falls through a hole that suddenly appears on the ground. Adele's inspection of the mummy is interrupted by her nemesis, Professor de Leveillet. Thanks to the information from his spy, he's come prepared with a bunch of soldiers to capture her. Confused, de Leveillet wonders why she even wants an old mummy, thus Adele explains her sister is ill and this ancient doctor is the only one that can help her.